Thing that we are still awaiting, but on part of several news agencies' reports, PTI also suggesting, as far as the reports are now concerned, that Ajit Pawar is no more. Captain Sanjay Karve is also joining us here on the broadcast, aviation expert. Sir, thank you for taking out your time. Can you, help us with a better understanding what is the Learjet 45? That seems to be a light business jet in which the Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra, along with several other people, were on board and were travelling, that has crashed, unfortunately. Captain Sanjay, sir, can you hear me? Well, PTI is also now reporting that Ajit Pawar is no more, and there were reportedly 3 other people on board that have been reported dead after this aircraft that has now crashed in Baramati, as it is now been reported. It's the Parliament budget session that's going to begin in a short while from now, and the politicians there have been expressing their shock and have been offering, as far as support to the family of Supriya Sule and of Ajit Pawar. But Captain Sanjay, if you can tell us, as far as the very nature of this Learjet 45 jet is now concerned, it is a light business jet that is often used by people for short distance travel. Can you tell us what could be? It is still too early to say or to speculate anything, but what is this jet all about, that we can have any information as to the possible reasons of this crash, sir?
It's a very sad news, and this is not the way one should begin your day with, and especially to lose an influential leader. Now, Learjet 45 is a small business jet which is primarily used for charter purposes. But Learjet 45 has got an issue in the sense it is a maintenance-intensive aircraft, because the company has stopped manufacturing of Learjet 45, and there is an issue with supply part of spares. Now, obviously, if it was flying the Deputy Chief Minister, they would have carried out all the mandatory checks and procedures. Now, what it appears is that the aircraft landed short of the runway or veered off the runway. And the way it has blown off, it was a major impact. So, that could be engine failure or an engine. There's another reason. If you look at the layout Baramati runway, it is not a level runway. You know, it is like an inverted bump. In the center, there is a shallow place. So, if you are coming into Baramati for the first time taking aircraft, expect some of the runway changes. And especially if you are doing an approach with an emergency, it is going to create a problem for the crew. As to what sort of emergency it was, it is too premature. More information from DGCA or from the black boxes.
So any understanding that you would have, sir, looking at the pictures that have been coming in, the impact on the ground, and no possibility that we are looking at in the case of any survivors on board, sir?
Absolutely. If you look at the pictures, or at least what is being put on the screen, there is no realistic chance of any survivors being there. And as I understand, DGCA has also declared that all 6 people on board, including 2 crew, are no more. And a jet which is landing at 150, 160 knots, that is close to 300 kilometers, if it impacts the ground, it is unlikely that anyone would survive.
And sir, do you have an understanding as far as the Baramati runway is concerned, on the condition of it, and what may have led to the crash? Technical issue, doesn't look like adverse weather conditions so far.
No, the weather appears to be nice. Like what I said is, unlike a normal runway, which has generally a gradient of 0.5 degrees or a 1 degree, the runway is not a level runway. It has got a little bit of inverted hump in the center of the runway. And there are no navigational aids. So you're always making a visual approach to the runway. Now, when you're making a visual approach, you're going on the perspective as to how the runway appears to you. Now, a runway which is not level is going to give you some sort of illusion. And especially when you're handling an emergency, coming into land with a VIP on board, it is going to be a tricky scenario.
Well, sir, not really clear how far it was from the runway, but initial reports suggest that it was about to land when this crash has happened, and it has happened in an open field. So in a way, suggesting that the pilot was mindful not to fly the plane over residential areas there. But it seems that There have been casualties that have been reported. 6 people reportedly on board this plane have died, unfortunately, one of them also being the Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister, Ajit Pawar.